My aim on this channel is to learn as much as I possibly can about the world around me, but while hiking Guadalupe Peak, the highest point in Texas, I got to learn about the person next to me, and so was forced to turn the lens inward and learn something about myself. The difficulty and duration of this hike is not out of the ordinary, though slightly on the harder side of day hikes. However, it is the lack of comfort in any regard that leads this to be one of the most challenging things I've ever done.
Okay, hiking up Guadalupe Peak with Twee. Where is she? There she is. I've never done this hike before, unlike the window trail. This is the highest point in Texas. Wow. And apparently this trail is pretty strenuous. First 2 miles are the hardest. 4 miles to the top, 3,000 feet uphill. So it's quite a lot. This trail will test my grit, my mettle, my stones.
The highest point in Texas is 8,751 feet, and the trail starts at around 5,700 feet down there at the parking lot. The length of the trail is around 4 to 4.5 miles one way, and 2,000 of the 3,000 feet in elevation gain comes in the first 2 miles, which is why you might be able to hear my labored breathing. That horizon I'm staring off into is the east, so those first 2 miles come with vanishingly little shade cover. But it is lucky that the afternoon sun is on the other side of the mountain, so at least you're shaded in the heat of the day.
All right, so basically I'm spending the majority of the hike stopping, catching up to her, and trying to bring my heart rate down. It's a real good one, but I think I'm almost past the first 2 miles where they say it flattens out a bit, so we'll see. One really cool thing noticeable about going up the mountain is how much colder it gets. I mean, we started really early, so all the shade spots are still really cool. You'll catch a breeze and it'll dry your sweat. Oh, it's nice. Doesn't change the fact that my heart is beating that hard, but the way down, it's gonna be awesome. All right, we made it to the first ridge line. Great wind up here. Now we can see, oh, there's a giant mountain to climb. Or is it over there? Where exactly is it? I don't know. We're going to the highest one though. This valley, so beautiful. Awesome, 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 awesome. And now we're cooling off.
It was at this point in the hike that I found out the first 2 miles were not the hardest, and in fact, the whole trek is a mean son of a gun. But this is where I was glad to be with Twee. As with any tough adventure, you should bring a Samwise Gamji. For the three of you who don't know, he was the hobbit from The Lord of the Rings who helped the protagonist carry on throughout the quest, and also carries him when necessary. It's prudent to have your own metaphorical Samwise Gamji to keep your spirits up and help you along. And if you're hiking with a partner, you need to be prepared to be a Samwise Gamji to your partner as well. And believe me, with all the false peaks on this hike, you're gonna need to keep your spirits up.
We saw the top. We're not there yet. We're pretty far. We saw it when we came through a clearing. It's that way. We got to go around this and then probably up another 750 feet.
This hike has a few notable landscapes it passes through on the way to the top. The first is obviously the eastern-facing slope, which looks similar to the rest of the Chihuahuan Desert, rocky with scrubby plants. But after ascending the first ridgeline, the mountain turns immediately to pine forest, which is an unexpected reprieve, not only for the shade it offers, but also for the incredible fragrance of pine in the air.
Ah, it smells like pine up here. Really reminds me of Montana.
After that, you can get high enough where you see fewer and fewer pine trees as the soil presumably is too shallow to support them with the limestone bedrock just underneath. Here, it begins to look almost like a pleasant prairie.
There's a bunch of little mountains. We're in like a small little prairie on top of 3 or 4 peaks. We just got to get to the highest one now. That's the top right there. Oh, can you see it? Yeah.
Finally, you come to the most stark part of the mountain, where the limestone structure of the mountain is exposed. This limestone is the remnants of a barrier reef so ancient it formed when this area was a shallow sea. It extends for 350 miles into New Mexico and is the same limestone block out of which Carlsbad Caverns is formed. This is the part of the hike that can be the most dangerous, as the trail essentially disappears into sheer rock face.
Oh, Tilly got lost on the way up. She missed the trail. The one place where I went ahead of her just a little bit, she didn't take the switch back and she just kept going forward. She was hanging off the side of the mountain.
It's very scary. I had to climb back, climb. If I missed one grab or one spot putting for the feet, that was slide.
Basically, I don't know if you can hear or not, she was saying every single place she put her hands or her feet was very important. If not, she would have fallen off the mountain and maybe even fallen into New Mexico. So that would have been the worst thing possible. So I guess we're gonna pack up now, head back down.
Luckily, no one was injured and we made it safely to the top of Texas. Unfortunately, there's no one at the top like Davy Crockett or Matthew McConaughey to grant you a Texas wish, but you do get the satisfaction of knowing you get to hike all the way down to a good night's sleep. I didn't film anything on the way down, so just imagine the whole video but backwards, like this.